like with the street bikes, like to me, they're equated to like furries because they love to have like the crazy like tails and.
Actually, you're right. I've seen the helmets with the ears on it.
Yeah, bro. Like.
Where we going with this? Where we going with this? Where we going with this?
Welcome. Wait.
That was so bad. You said vroom vroom, and then you said. That's more like a muscle car.
Motorcycle.
Yeah.
A motorcycle?
That sounds like a
Yeah,
motorcycle.
that's-
Dude, I'm thinking muscle car.
Better than saying vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom, baby, vroom vroom.
Vroom, 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 baby. Welcome to Where Are We Going With This?
What's up? Where we don't know what we're doing. Obviously.
We don't really know, but
Proof is in the podcast.
someday someone will know.
Maybe.
Today we're talking
Won't
about
be us.
where are we going with motorcycles. See that?
Yeah.
That's
I feel
close.
like,
That's
I feel like
close.
it's more bubbly. It's like.
Well, it depends what type of bike you have, which I'm sure we'll get into. But
Ooh, that
That was
good.
good too.
yeah, that sounds like the bike that you would
That
drive.
sounds like a victory.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, now how about this one?
Buell.
Probably the kind of the same.
Buell. Buell,
I
I
just
think.
I make the same noise.
Should Young Wiz give a try?
Yeah,
yeah,
go for it.
yeah.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be
Dude,
like a victory.
Is that a sport bike?
That
No.
sounded exactly.
Puddle jumper.
That sounded like a GSXR.
You all have heard sport bikes next to your car. Does it sound like that?
Well,
that's when
you start.
That
that's
sounds like the 80-year-old on a bike that looks like he can barely stand up.
Honestly, it's
Yeah, dude, that sounds like a victory. That's more of a street bike.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
you
good.
gotta get the
Yeah.
shift.
Fun
That's-
fact, that's actually what I started on.
A victory?
No, a Ninja 600.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ninja, go ninja, go ninja.
What's the
go
fastest
ninja,
you've
go,
ever been?
Go ninja. This is a great way to jump right into it. I got a ticket going 145 in a 45.
Okay, what about
and
you?
I framed it.
did?
I framed it and had it in my apartment.
Do you still have it?
I lost it. I wish I did.
It's in some
That would be a
storage
great
unit.
trinket to have.
Dude.
Yeah.
Someone found it in your storage unit you stopped paying for, and then they sold it off for $150.
Probably. Yeah, and he was like, "Yep." Remember the storage guy that bids on the storage? stuff?
Yeah, someone has that.
100 right
at
here,
their
100 right
house.
here, 105 right here.
$49.99.
I don't know. The fastest I've gone is probably like 60, maybe.
Get out.
I'm not really. My story will be.
You went
kind of
faster
surprising.
than that in a helicopter.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's the fastest you think you've been?
Helicopters.
On a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Like 60. I've never owned a motorcycle, though my cut might make you think that
that's
I
a
have.
whole nother story too. Because like if you wore that like around like actual like
I'm gonna start
it
wearing
depends
it
on the
places. I'm gonna go to Atomic and wear it.
Be careful.
Atomic.
Dude.
Well, that I think you'd be fine, dude. Like you might have one or two dudes that like hang out there. Like that's a thing.
Yeah.
So like clubs and dudes will like they'll hang out at certain like dealerships.
Right.
Like in Colorado, we definitely had one where like there were certain salespeople that only sold to people in clubs.
Really.
Yeah, so they were there all the time. You know what I mean? So like you could run into that.
Interesting.
But like, I won't say the club that I've seen out here, but I've seen one at the Atomac here in Orange Park.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, but my point is that you could definitely like wear that out, and like depending upon the guy that you run across, it could be a problem. Like straight up.
Oh, yeah.
For like a stupid reason.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's why I only wear it for special occasions,
yeah,
like when I'm going to the mall.
yeah,
and,
because you'll never see a biker
And
there.
when I go to
Well,
like,
about Halloween, you can wear it on Halloween.
Halloween.
yeah,
And
you could.
If I ever go
Don't
to
go
like
to a bar with it though.
if I go to like a dive bar, I wear this.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I
Roll
think that's
deep.
probably a good idea.
Only when
roll
I'm by
deep.
myself, though. Only when I'm by myself. Yeah.
So we have Thomas with us.
What up, Thomas?
What up?
Thomas is the most biker guy that we know.
Yeah, he
Which
is.
is scary.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
didn't-
honestly, you're not.
You've ridden a bike. Well,
But
yeah. The one
for
that-
me-
the one that was available. Because
Yeah.
you're who
Oh,
you know that.
thanks. They explicitly said no cussing.
Yeah,
I'll get with him off air.
yeah. All right.
No, because your dad, right?
Yeah, my dad
that-
was in MC.
That's where we're going with this?
That's where I came from.
That's where I came from.
I grew up. My dad was in an MC.
Which
out
one?
on. He's in the Hombres.
When
out on
you
the
said
West
that, I
Coast.
just realized that MC stands for motorcycle club.
Yeah, motorcycle club. MC stands for motorcycle club. Yeah, so he was the dude from I was probably kindergarten, maybe younger.
Yeah.
Until I was probably a preteen-ish, maybe a little bit later.
What part of Cali?
No. West. I grew up in like Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Northwest.
Okay.
But they had chapters up and down the coast.
Yeah.
Did he ever take you on the back of his bike?
Oh, all the time.
Just up and down the coast, or were they like across the country? Or
No, I don't think they were across the country. I remember going to like Nevada on runs and stuff like that. So that was probably as far east
here's
as we
a good
went.
test. Not test, but like here's a good way for me to kind of gauge because I never heard of the club before. Do you remember if they had a state rocker at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it said like your chapter, like Seattle, Washington, or
No, it would be a state. It's a very definitive line that you could have Seattle, Washington as a bottom rocker, and you could say MC.
so your club was the top rocker,
Yeah.
and then your state was a bottom rocker.
Well, it depends on what kind of club you're in.
What other rocker? It was a clean and sober club.
I'm hearing
Yeah.
chapter. I'm hearing rocker. I'm hearing a lot of
Is that where
words.
we want to start? Is like
So your
explaining
rocker
it?
is like the top like banner,
Well, you had two. You had top and bottom.
and then your bottom.
And then you
bottom?
had
They
your
call it a
center patch.
bottom rocker?
Yeah.
And then you had the center patch.
I'm going to whoop your bottom rocker.
Yeah, and you had
Yeah.
to earn it. You had to earn it too, right?
Did you?
Yeah, so you get your cut, and you're allowed to wear the
Wait, your cut is your vest?
your vest.
It's like
Yep.
translating.
Cut of leather.
Oh, a cut of leather.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you start out as, at least what I know,
It's like an
as
Eagle Scout.
as a prospect.
Oh, a prospect is the
And-
first level.
No.
Were you guys ever Boy Scouts
All right.
or anything?
Well, hang on a second.
Okay, give us. How are you any?
when it comes
why-
to the clubs,
Why are
break
you?
it down.
Why are you educated to talk about this? Give us.
Okay, so
your story.
I was in the Army, and when I got out, I was looking for like a level of camaraderie, and I kind of just stumbled into this with a buddy of mine. And at first, we were a 99% club that I joined, and then I did something that you don't normally do, and you cross. I'll just say cross the river.
The Rubicon.
Yeah, so they call that club jumping, and that's usually like a massive no-no.
Really?
Yeah, because it's clubs are all about loyalty, right? So,
Would you say a club is a gang?
no,
Okay.
absolutely not. And it
Would they
depending
get
upon
mad
who
if you said-
depending upon who you talk to.
So if you
about
see
that.
someone with a vest on, you're like, "Are you in a gang?" They might.
Here's
get mad.
okay. So we'll go back to the beginning of this, right? So like you said, prospect. There's a lot of different ways clubs can choose to invoke like the levels how they want to. Generally, how it goes is that a club is started. We'll just start there.
Okay.
You move to the city, or you move to the town.
Let's say
or
we start a club. Let's say.
Yeah, right. And then Tanner knows one of us, right? And you guys, let's say he knows you.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, you've been talking to Tanner, and you're like, Tanner, man, I think you should come hang out. Well, come hang out where? Come hang out with the boys.
We're having a tickle
with the
fight,
club.
like a tickle fight.
But bro, yeah, sure. Satire side of it, yeah.
Whatever you wanna call it.
Absolutely. But
Elmo.
so the first level would be a hang around.
Yeah.
And that really kind of comes down from the what you would call the 1%ers, the diamonds.
But is the idea that's just to see if they mix well with everybody?
So that generally, yes, that's what it is.
I got a question. If one person doesn't like them, they might be like, "Hey, don't."
Look, you can't speak across the board plainly for every
Because it's not
club,
not like a rule across the.
right. It's a generalized understanding of a process that was developed over time. But as independent governing bodies, meaning individual clubs, they make their own rules. Right. So, but they generally follow the same path. You bring somebody on as a hang around. They just hang around. They have no obligation to the club. They have no obligation to you. But you bringing them as the hang around, you directly represent them.
So hang around is tied to
Is
the
trial
person who
period.
brought them.
Yes.
Is that a prospect or that's the
No.
next?
No. That's
No.
before
Okay.
you're
Hang
a
around.
Okay.
Oh,
prospect.
Is that the next level's prospect?
Well, that or probate. Some clubs call it probating.
Same thing though.
Other clubs call it prospecting.
Probationary.
Right. So, but even then, like you could also then go from being a prospect to a probate brother, where you get what I'm saying. So
when
I'll
I got that
tell you
ticket
my
for going
story and you'll
145,
understand.
when I got that ticket for going 145, I was a probate for the
Yeah,
county.
yeah. Which back to that, the
They put me on
fastest
probation.
the fastest I ever went was 164 miles an hour. It was on my
160. Well, that's not the fastest I ever went.
and then my buddy
I actually went 164 and a half.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's good.
Well, my buddy has us both beat. He went 171 on his jigsaw.
I was kidding. I went 172.
Oh, there you go. Well, but we passed a state trooper that clocked us, and all he did was wave at us,
Yeah.
and that was
Yeah.
it.
He
You
knew
know what I
he
mean?
wasn't getting y'all.
All right, I
That
don't wanna
or he
sidetrack you.
expected us to die. I mean, we were going
I
through the
mean,
canyons
like,
of Colorado
"You're cooked."
at 160 miles
I didn't want to
an hour.
sidetrack you too much, but so then probate. Then what's the next one?
Yeah, so they can do probate or prospect, and
Okay.
then that depends on however long, and it also can cost money.
Got it.
So some of the
you have
clubs
to-
I directly was involved with, I know that like it costed them $10K as a prospect.
So it's like a country club, but
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
It's like a cool
To an
motorcycle
extent,
country
it
club.
depends. It depends. I
Because
would
country
say at
clubs have that
first,
too.
like-
They have like a buy-in to get into the club, and they
Well-
call themselves clubs.
Yeah.
And they wear vests.
yeah.
They
So-
wear green vests.
I guess it would be all kind of the same, but I mean, it really just kind of comes down to is like that's the process. And then you would get voted in, and then you would basically get jumped in. So
That's where the tickle.
yeah, well, you earn your center patch by actually doing deeds for the club.
Dirty deeds.
And then you would get voted in,
Dun,
and then you would get jumped in, where they would basically beat the brakes off you.
wow.
Or like one brother, they call them brothers, would hold the center patch.
You think
and
they
you
sh-
would have to grab it, hold on to it as they just kick the crap out of you.
Do you think that they're still doing that?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
still doing it.
Absolutely. In fact, like the only reason that me and my guys weren't jumped in like normal is because we had just witnessed one of our brothers die in front of us.
So they're
On a
like,
bike?
They were like,
Yeah.
"You're in. You're just in."
Yeah, they were like, you guys have been basically kicked in the nuts and the teeth enough. Here you go.
So before we talk about the future of motorcycles, because we could include the future of clubs too, where that could go, but specifically the future of motorcycles.
Yeah.
I wanted to first jump back, like we do, to the invention of motorcycles. Now, here's the crazy thing I did not know until I started looking this up. The bicycle was invented in 1817.
Wow.
For some reason, I thought they had been around longer than that. I don't know why. I was surprised by that. That was only 200 years ago. They invented the bicycle.
Because no one thought you could actually balance on two wheels.
That's what I guess it makes
They're
sense.
like,
to
we're not even going to try.
They're
That's
like-
the dumbest thing I've ever
Yeah.
heard. 2 wheels, you can't balance on that. We're not
They're
even
like-
going to do
They're
it.
like, you can't balance on 2 wheels, you wench.
Yeah.
How'd they talk back in the 1800s? Did they say
Well,
wench?
it depends where you're from, but yeah, they probably said that.
They probably said like piratey words.
Or Peaky Blinders.
They're like,
might.
shiver me timbers. Oh, yeah. Is Peaky Blinders in the 1800s?
Scallywag.
No, I think it's the early 1900s.
Either way, close enough.
Close. So,
Yeah.
1817, but get this. The first bike in 1817, no pedals. You just
It's
pushed,
like-
you pushed yourself like the kids
It's
have.
like,
Yeah.
dude, we came back to
We
it.
did
Now
a
that's
full
how
circle.
kids learn how to ride
Yeah,
bikes.
so-
Strider bikes.
Yeah.
Strider bikes, yeah.
My kids, they
That's a
didn't even
shameless plug
They
because
didn't
my
even
son
have
has one.
that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. So Jackson's doing that.
Yeah.
He no pedals and you push, but these little kids can pick that up quick.
Dude, you keep your balance. It's money, dude. It's genius.
How is the brain able to do that so quick? I mean, these kids are tiny doing that.
Oh, yeah.
The pedaling,
Like
the
toddlers.
pedaling adds some complexity to it.
Absolutely.
So 1817 it was invented. No pedals. It took them 43 years to invent pedals. So somebody was like, "What if we put a chain and you pedal?"
I'm sure it wasn't a chain. It was probably something before a
Actually,
chain.
you're right. It probably was just pedals on the. Oh, it was. I've seen pictures of that. It's
like-
pedals on the wheel, on the front wheel.
Oh, yeah.
and you're pedaling.
Yeah, you didn't even have a chain yet.
But you got to think about it too, though. Like the novelty of a bike, then it probably took at least a decade for somebody to finally get bored with that process and then figure there's got to be a better way to do this.
This is really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I mean?
can't
Like,
go town to town like
The
this
idea
anymore.
is like, why would I take this thing when I could sit in a wagon and the horse does all the work?
Exactly. Or just ride the horse.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You know,
that's-
1 horsepower.
See the bike,
But they're
the-
smelly and they poop everywhere.
I feel like the bike was the original electric car, right? because they're like, you don't even have to feed this thing hay. You just get on it. And it's
Just gotta
like a
feed
horse.
yourself.
Oh yeah,
It's a
yeah.
hayless horse.
Yeah.
So a
Hayless
gasless
horse.
car, it was like a hayless horse. You just get on it and push yourself,
dude,
And if you go downhill, it's really fast.
and easy,
Dude,
That's what I was
think about
thinking.
that. They
And
didn't
then
have
how'd they do the first brakes?
if they didn't have pedals, they definitely didn't have
Wait,
brakes.
how did they go uphill?
Dude, especially because you think it's always all the way up there on like the front wheel. It's not on the back wheel. It's on the front wheel, the pedals. You know what I'm saying?
No brakes.
Oh,
no
yeah,
brakes.
the old ones? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not like,
Because then you have the big wheel and
Right.
the small one in the back.
right. What
And
you
now
see
that's
on
more
like,
of like a clown novelty thing.
right,
to-
like a
to ride bike
circus or
that,
something
yeah.
like that.
So think about this. All right, bike was invented in 1817. It took them 43 years to add pedals. It took half the time from pedals to put a motor on it.
oh,
Because
dude,
somebody
people
got
started,
tired of pedaling.
are like, okay, we can take this thing places.
They put pedals on them in 1860. I mean, we're talking like that was the Civil War was
Yeah.
going on.
They're
and
thinking,
like,
what
oh,
could
we
be
should
better
put
than
pedals
this?
on this thing? And here's
well,
dude,
they had to go uphill. They were like, how can we make this
The
easy?
Civil War had very archaic versions of submarines. So submarines, they had submarines when they were just thinking about putting pedals on bikes.
Right.
Dude,
So it took them.
We got bigger problems. Just keep pedaling.
Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
pedaling. So 1860 they added pedals, and then 1885 the first official motorcycle was invented in Germany because they put a motor on it. Because that's
Dude.
what it is. It's a motor bicycle.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
A motor
Absolutely.
bicycle. 1885, the company who invented the motorcycle went out of business.
Have I heard of it?
It's something in German. I think it's called Oscar Mayer Volkswagen.
Das Auto?
Das Autos?
Das Autos?
I don't know. If I would have written it down, I wouldn't be able to say it.
Okay.
But and then the motorcycle was completed in 1903 Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson.
The first Harley Davidson, the muffler was a can of tomato soup.
Dude.
Prototype.
Heck yeah.
Real deal, for real. They were like, oh, we need something to drill a hole in a can of tomatoes.
Yeah, because they had
That's
drills.
awesome. Yeah.
They had drills before they had pedals on
It was a
bikes.
hammer and
No, they definitely had drills before they had pedals on bikes. That's what I'm saying. Why did it take so long?
you think they had drills?
Not like a drill, but like a drill.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
like
they had drills.
Yeah.
Is
I mean,
that
you
even
could-
a drill?
Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah, it's an old school
This
drill.
is the
like,
sound
those are-
effect episode. Did that sound like a drill?
I'm gonna petition that's not.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Maybe it's. I don't
You're
know.
thinking a power drill.
Yeah,
The Egyptians
I did.
had power
I
drills.
thought that too.
Have you seen some of these?
hand powered.
No, dude. The Egyptians no, I'm just kidding. Had ryobis.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
they did was just plugged into the pyramid, and then all of a sudden,
They were just using deadbolts on the pyramid.
Dude, those batteries
They're
are
the-
so expensive.
they're the first
Yeah, they
initial. What is it? Pit crew.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
there
what
you
that
go.
sounds like. They're like,
Yeah.
We got another stone.
Yeah. there
Put
you
it on
go.
the pyramid.
Boom, done.
So what I wanted to, where I'm going with all this is I wanted to touch on the origin of the clubs. So this is a great.
Oh, what was the first club? You got that for us?
I do, but I got to tell this story.
Yeah.
Have you
Okay.
guys heard of the Hollister riots?
No.
Yeah.
You've heard of this?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay. And I don't know if it's any relation to the clothing company Hollister, but I don't know. There's a town called Hollister, California.
Yep.
And I love this story, though. So in World War II, motorcycles were heavily used. There were 90,000 troops that had motorcycles. Now, primarily, it was for couriers and communication and stuff, but the sidecar was big, and you'd have a gunner in your sidecar, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Captain America.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you've seen the movies.
Yeah.
So, really cool, like, specialty role in World War II. The Germans had their motorcycles, too. So, yeah,
Right.
like, they should make a movie about motorcycle battles of World War II.
Dude,
Because
that'd be
that happened.
I mean, it had to at some point.
A bunch of couriers with machine guns going at
No,
it.
but you had both sides had
Have
motorcycles.
you ever seen Fury? That sells more tickets. Panzers
You
and
didn't see the
Shermans.
motorcycles right next to the tanks?
No.
Oh,
You had
must have-
infantry behind
You
the
must
tanks.
have missed that.
So World War II ends, and about 18 months after World War II's over, the year's 1947, and all around the country, all the veterans from World War II who were in these motorcycle brigades, they would ride. They loved motorcycles. As you know, they got hooked
Yeah.
on them, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them were Harleys too. Harley was making the motorcycles for
Right.
World War II. So they come back and they started basically just having groups that would meet up and ride together because
The first clubs.
yeah, they missed like riding. So that was like the origin of the clubs.
I'm gonna interject something here too
Yeah.
because the bombers that had the pinups on them
Yeah.
plays a part in that.
How so?
So the if I remember correctly, you'll have to fact check me, but obviously when you're in the MC world, like the history and everything like that is, paramount. It's kind of like tied to your identity. But the pinups and like for instance, HA, Hell's Angels, like that was a pinup on a bomber in World War II.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
they took their names
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay, that's cool.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
So-
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they were all guys coming back from war and they were just like, they wanted to keep riding, right?
Yep.
So,
Well, it was a
Live
little bit
free.
of both. It was they wanted to ride, but also they wanted that same camaraderie that they had that was in the army.
that's true. They
Yeah.
needed like their,
It was basically like a way to rebel, an outlet, and that's actually kind of gets into the conversation about where the 1%er and then the diamond comes from, where they're outlaws versus not.
So this is where the outlaw biker term,
But-
character, whatever you want to call it, came from. Was this Hollister ride?
I was gonna say, I actually now that you're starting to talk about it, I think my memory's coming back to me. So go
Okay,
ahead and finish
okay.
because I
So,
would imagine that I probably
Hollister,
know.
California had a motorcycle race, and it was on the 4th of July. So Hollister, California, at the time had 4,500 residents. Okay,
Yeah,
the
I think I
average,
remember.
the average, and this is still true today. This is a whole nother interesting topic, but the average cop per citizen ratio is just under 2. So a city of 4,500 people, they had 7 cops. That was how many cops they had in this whole town.
Okay.
So all these biker clubs from across the country descend on
Converged.
this city to go watch the race.
which is like
and
the
it
first
was-
rally.
Yeah, it was over 4,000 bikers. So the population of the town basically doubled, and you had 7 cops to watch over 4,000 rowdy. I mean, they're on vacation.
Veterans.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
veterans. They're out
Yeah.
with their boys. You know what I mean?
Having too much fun.
Having way too much fun.
Yep.
And the names of the 3 like most mentioned gang like clubs that were there. I almost said gangs. You can't say that.
Yeah. Can't say that.
The Booze
Burr.
Fighters.
I know them.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
The Booze Fighters. The Galloping Goose.
Hey.
That sounds real fancy.
So that's a pinup.
the Galloping Goose.
That's actually, I
Oh,
think,
is
of
it
the
a
name
pinup?
of a bomber.
And then the top hatters.
I don't know.
I
them.
just picture 'em
the
riding
Booze
around with
Fighters, though, in Colorado, I was very
That
good
sounds
friends
like
with.
a pinup. Because the
It might
fighter
have been.
planes, the fighter planes, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booze Fighters.
But those dudes are dope. Shout out to
Anyways.
them in Colorado.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's
They'll never
basically
hear this, but
the Times.
Who
The
knows?
Times Magazine did like a feature on this. Like they exaggerated it. They made it to be out like the whole city was like basically
On fire.
taken over on
Yeah.
fire. People were. It
Rioting.
wasn't
Yeah.
as bad as what they said, but the pictures and the story that came out of it like kind of spooked people into being like, oh, the motorcycles are. These motorcycle groups are out of control.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Yeah, and that was where the whole outlaw thing kind
well,
of started.
yeah, because to go a step further, that's where they did basically a study, and they came out with that 99% of all motorcycle owners are law-abiding citizens.
Right.
Is this where the 1% thing comes? Because
1%
you
of
mentioned,
them,
okay.
were considered outlaws.
Oh.
So then the guys that actually like jived with that took that and ran.
Of course.
Right. So then you became known as outlaws 1%ers.
And that makes sense because at the time there were probably only 100,000 motorcycle owners, and 1,000 of them would have been the bad
So
guys.
then you get like kind of fast forward, you get like the Hells Angels and then the Mongols, which basically makes that entire world.
Is that like the Crips
big.
and the Bloods of the motorcycle world?
I would imagine.
Are they the 2 big ones?
No, okay,
Like when it comes to,
there's
like-
several big ones.
When we talk about rivalries, though.
I'm just gonna say like the most paper wise, like national news,
Okay.
right?
Like the average person.
You can't talk about MCs and have somebody not have heard Mongols and HA.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. Those are
Everybody
definitely
else,
the most.
everybody's
I
heard
don't know
about
a lot of them.
outlaws. Everybody's heard about pagans. Everybody's heard about like warlocks down here in Florida. Like you
There's
heard
a
about
warlocks?
Yeah, you heard
Wow.
about Sons of Silence is a massive one.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were actually on gangland. They got rolled with Rico,
What?
which is the club that I knew directly. I was in their actual clubhouse where they got popped in 93, the year that I was born. So you have a lot of large outlaw clubs.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. But like what is, I would say, the most famous, at least in my own experience, is HA and Mongols.
Yeah. I would
Because
agree.
And
with
they
that.
don't like each other, or do
at all. At all.
do all clubs not like other clubs, or some of them are
It
like?
depends. Okay, so time out.
No, you have like a brother club and stuff like that.
Oh, so
Typically,
you'll
at least
have-
from my experience.
Sister club is really what they would call it.
Yeah.
If you were a brother, you were attached
In the
right?
same club, yeah.
But like a lot has kind of evolved out of that because you used to like earn your center patch, like you were saying
Right.
earlier. But then it really became the diamond. So you could earn your center, and I've heard this from actual club members that were diamond holders. I just won't say the clubs.
Yeah.
But they have said that like, yeah, you earn your center patch, but it doesn't hold the same weight as then earning your diamond. So the diamond then becomes the coveted thing.
Because that's a different thing than just your patch.
Right. And
Center patch.
And you were talking earlier, like, how do I have the credibility to kind of like talk about it? Like when I was in Colorado, I went from a 99% club, right? Because I
You
didn't
club
know.
jumped. Is that what you called it?
I didn't know any better. And I started with a predominantly nationally recognized black club. But the difference was they were 99% club.
Yeah.
And in where we were at, they could have the city. So we had, I'll show you pictures, Colorado Springs,
Okay.
right? And then you had the clubs that rolled with state rockers. And that's how you knew that they were the outlaws. Because that is a very serious thing, is that if you see a cut, like what you're wearing,
Yeah.
right, and it doesn't have a state rocker on the bottom, like,
You're not supposed to be there, kind of thing.
no, you can be there, but you're
But you're on their turf. You're on their
you know what I'm
turf.
saying? Like,
You know who the most dangerous club is? State troopers.
They're good at riding too.
I'll tell you this story.
They're kind of like
one-
their own club.
You say
Yeah.
that they're dangerous. I'll tell you this one specific story, and I'm not going to name the guy. I know him. I know him for really well. And he was a diamond holder in a club. And this is how crazy he was. He had a girlfriend that was extremely attractive, right? In a bar. And if you are a bartender, extremely attractive female in a biker town at a bar serving drinks, you're going to get hit on, right? And the guy hit on her and then turned and called my buddy,
A name.
the prison term of BIT. Yeah, there you go. Perfect timing. And he straight up pulled out a knife and popped him right under, right here. Without a doubt, cameras, everything. So you want to talk about who's down about it?
Wow.
That depends, man.
I think the state troopers would do that. No, I'm just kidding.
As long as they're not Australian cops.
Dude.
I don't want to get into that.
Too
Yeah.
soon. Too soon.
Too soon.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Dude, that's wild.
It's crazy, dude.
All right.
It's wild.
Let's get to the future of bikes though. Okay. Because the last innovation was the motorcycle, aka the jet ski in 1973. They should have called it a motorcycle. But
A motorcycle.
motorcycle. But do you think
That's pretty
Because
good.
Jack's going to sell a whole
it
lot
should
of
have
those.
been called a motorcycle? Why? The marketing miss on that is massive. But
Bring it back.
okay, but
No, you're a
motorcycles.
grown dude and you're going to buy a motorcycle or are you going to buy a jet ski?
Jet ski.
Dude,
Just 'cause it has the
there's-
word
I think
jet in
there's
it?
Anything with
there's-
jet, I'm buying.
A
There's
Sea-Doo?
appeal in motorcycle.
I don't care what brand it is. It's a jet ski. I'm going to jet.
But
Jet-
I don't like skiing, dude.
jet
I rather
lag?
snowboard.
Jet lag.
Yeah, but
Wakeboard.
you're not skiing. You're flying
Boat
across the
board.
water on a jet.
Okay, so I got
Okay.
a couple future discussion topics. One is, can they change the number of wheels and it still be a motorcycle?
No.
Are those tricycle things even really
No.
motorcycles?
Those are trikes.
Those are
tricycles.
They're trikes, but I'll even argue because we had this conversation in the first club that I was in. there was a guy that couldn't ride a tricycle. And so he had that, what is that 2-wheel
In
up
the front, the
one
T-Rex.
car?
The T-Rex.
Yeah. And that's actually registered as a motorcycle.
But wait, they count that?
So
Yeah, because it's registered as a motorcycle.
Yeah, but you drive
now
it like
listen,
a car.
wait. Now listen. When we're talking about like clubs across the board going to accept that, absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
What about
You're looking for like clubs need money, and if they can get more members that pay more dues by letting women in and letting other stuff in, like they'll do
letting
that.
buells in.
Yeah.
letting
Whatever.
animals?
Like because some clubs won't even, you can't even be in unless you own a Harley.
Yep.
Oh, it has to be a Harley.
It has to be.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So,
That's what I'm used to.
as far as the changing of the motorcycle, did you guys ever play Twisted Metal, the game on PlayStation?
Maybe twice
There was this.
in my life.
There was a car in there where the guy was inside of a wheel, and it was a big wheel around.
So it's Tron.
Kind of.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Do you think that'll ever be real? I think
No.
No, I think there's
Not-
such a. Go ahead.
Not like a street legal way. I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
guess that would be wild. You're going down the street, and there's a guy inside of a
Do you know
wheel.
another
Yeah.
reason why like clubs were so popular?
Why?
Because this actually specifically ties into the whole choppers. Do you
Yeah.
guys know why that is
West
a thing?
Coast choppers.
No, I don't know the
and-
choppers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Wait, is a chopper just...
It's a custom motorcycle.
not necessarily. So the whole thing about like back in the day with
Handlebars, right? Like this?
No.
Oh.
Not necessarily.
The whole idea behind this, and obviously, again, like I'm 7 years removed from this life, so I probably don't have all the details. Somebody can fact check me. But the point is that a lot of the old time 1% clubs, Hells Angels, Mongols, but primarily what I heard directly from HA guys was HAs, was the fact that choppers, the whole idea was that you would buy a Harley and you would chop it up. The idea is to make it lighter so it'd be faster. So when you go to these
literally.
races at these events,
Yeah.
you would win.
'Cause
But
they
it's
had it
also a way of customizing.
chopped up.
That's the monopoly that Harley ended up having. And there's
Yeah.
another thing that if you read Sonny Barger, who's one of the original HA founders, if I'm not mistaken, out of Oakland, he wrote a book and he talks about that. He talks about like why Harley is like the pinnacle of being, they're
Yeah.
just right up there with HA.
It's the Tesla of electronic vehicles.
Dude.
Yeah. So when you talk about like what is the future, I don't know, dude.
Okay.
I think that you're gonna have like marketing wise, dudes that like appeal to the Tron, but they're like your latte sipping, joyriding,
Yeah.
Yeah, are
I wear
guys
a
who
man
ride electric
purse.
bikes, like even really bikers?
Ooh,
Well, that's
the other
definitive.
That's the other question.
There's so many
changes it.
different cultures in the motorcycle community,
Here's my
especially with the evolution of motorcycles.
Yeah.
I actually do have a solution to how to make them sound like a real bike.
dude.
Okay.
One serious one
Okay.
and one funny one.
Okay.
So number one, my way to fix the electric bike experience
Yeah.
is one, you do what some of the modern cars are doing, which they put like speakers on the car to make it sound
To
and
give
kind
you
of
the
feel like
sound.
yeah. So you kind of like make it feel like one that it is actually emulating that sound,
Yeah.
and then two, it's actually got the speakers that are projecting said sound.
Yeah.
Two, you could just do a budget way and put the can on the wheel, crush it and bring it up to the top, and then it'll just make it.
Yeah, like the old playing cards I used to
Yes,
put with,
yes.
with a clothespin on my
Yes.
bicycle.
So there
You
was
guys-
with bicycles there was the playing card trick. You
Dude,
nailed it.
I definitely did that.
But we would crush a can on the ground, and then you'd bring it up to the top where it gets stuck at that.
Wedged.
Yes,
Yeah.
it get wedged, and then
the
that's when it would make it
fork.
like that, and that's what it would sound like.
You guys know that Harley has an electric bike.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already out.
Do they?
yeah.
But do
Buy
they
it.
emulate sound?
I've never ridden one.
What does it sound like? What is the Harley?
I don't know, but I
Sounds
will
like
tell
this.
you this is that
Probably.
what I will tell you though
can.
is that the builds that they're going for are those I don't know what you would call this. I can't remember, but they're that like multi-purpose style bike. So you've got your street bikes, you've got your cruisers, right? Like those are very distinctive looks.
Yeah.
But you know that you've got the one that you can ride it on a road, you can take
Josh,
it
keep
off,
it on.
you know what I mean? And they're very, very fast.
Yeah.
That's what like the Harley. That's what they built is their electric version
Of
which
like a
is that
utility bike.
Exactly, and that's what a lot of them are. Is that utility build?
Interesting.
We got to do an impression. Okay.
Okay.
You think of movies, you think of bikes. E.T.
Oh, dude.
Right?
Phone home, baby.
So, how about Tanner does E.T.
Okay.
and
I think it could be done.
E.T. But what's the scenario? Okay, E.T. is starting a club, but it's only for aliens. And the kids want to get in, and they're trying to convince him to let them in to his
That
new
ties
club.
into the future
It's
bikes because
the
there's
first-
no wheels.
It's the first
Josh.
universal club. Okay, so I'll be the kids. E.T., can we join your club, please?
E.T. Reese's, please. Join bike Reese's.
That's it, dude.
Dude,
what I
that was
got.
great. That was great.
That's about the extent of his vocabulary, too.
Yeah, that's
Phone home.
isn't that all he says? Does he say more stuff? I need
It
to watch that
sounds-
movie.
we need
He
more.
sounded like Smeagol on Xanax.
Nice analogy. We need more motorcycles with baskets on the front.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
How come they don't put those on actual?
Because they're on the back and
They have
they're
saddlebags.
employed by DoorDash. And the bag's red.
Dude, sponsored by
I'll
DoorDash.
move to sit on the bike and join the club.
Schmeagol.
That was perfect.
That was good. Was that Golan
Are
or
you
Schmeagol?
kidding me? Smeagol is the greatest enforcer.
Does
On the
Schmeagol,
planet.
does Schmeagol count as an alien?
Yes.
I think he's an alien.
Is he an
Absolutely.
alien? Or is
I
he
always-
like a creature?
I mix him up with Shmee.
We're all
He was a
creatures.
hobbit that was corrupted. is really what it
Stupid
is.
fat hobbitses.
There you go.
Dude, that's so good.
That's
That's
good.
better than the actual Smeagol.
Dude, you should audition for Smeagol.
They're doing more Lord of the Rings.
Could be done.
Are they really?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be
I
awesome.
think
I
they
always
are.
mix up Lord of
I
the Rings
need
and
to
Harry
find my
Potter.
friend.
How? One
Run
wears
out the
cloaks.
Reese's Pieces.
And then
And there's
the
a
other
little
one's got
stitch.
that.
There's a little stitch in there too.
I don't understand.
Oh, that does sound like
That used to. I used to do that as a kid. Yeah.
Family. Family.
Oh, everybody
Someone
gets
left
that one right. I
behind.
can do that
My
one.
girls are gonna love
Forgotten.
this. My girls are
there's
gonna love that.
there is a little like nuance to his voice. Like you have to. It almost sounds human, but it also doesn't with Stitch.
Who? Stitch? Yeah.
Stitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little human. It's a little not. It's in the top back.
Yeah, that's the one that I know that I can do very
Do it right
well.
now. Do it right now.
do it.
Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. Yeah. Or forgotten.
You sounded like Shaggy.
Oh my god.
Mr. Bontas.
All this stuff fantastic.
That sounded like the Indian motorcycles.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, one last theory. I have a theory.
Go, theory.
Within 10 years, there will be a cyber bike by Tesla.
Ah,
Or
I
There's
want it.
already a quad.
Cyber bike or cyber cycle?
I want
There's
that.
already a
I
quad.
want-
Cycle.
I want that to be true, but I've read that Elon says they'll never do it because he got in a motorcycle wreck at some point. So he's like against the idea.
But
He
they
says it's not
already
safe.
Maybe
have
after he
Someone
works
else could do
through
it. Rivian,
Wait a
PTSD,
second.
he'll come
Says
around
the-
to it.
Says the guy trying to take a rocket to Mars.
Kind of wild.
Why would he be scared of a
no,
motor?
He's
You
not
gotta
going to
come
do
on,
a
bro.
You
motorcycle.
gotta pick
They
and
already
choose.
have the quad.
I know, but
And that actually serves a purpose if you're trying to ride on Mars.
Yeah.
motorcycle on Mars. How about that?
No, nobody's
Gravity.
going to do that.
Now gravity will inhibit you from doing that.
Gravity.
Great song, John Mayer. But a quad, you could do it.
And it fits into the back of the Tesla truck.
Bang.
Done. He's already thought about it, done it, and produced it.
Dude,
You see-
it's
he's-
like a suitcase bike.
You see, he's gonna put data centers in space.
I sent you that.
You sent me
Will
that.
I get better cell phone service or what?
No, so he basically has
that Starlink?
won the AI race with this. He's going public with them. Nobody else is going to be able to. Tesla already puts like 97% of all stuff in space anyways.
That's wild.
And so now he's saying he's taking them public. SpaceX is going public. He's going to take the investors' money from that.
Dude,
and
that's
he's
gonna
going to
go
start
crazy.
building data centers in space, which guess what? Unlimited solar power. Because
there's no clouds.
Right.
In
And
space.
when you look at it, like I was telling Josh,
And heat dissipation.
We produce like 490 whatever it is megawatts, whatever the thing is as a country.
Yeah.
But what they are projecting the need of as far as electrical power goes to like power the growth of AI is going to be a quarter of that. We just simply don't have the infrastructure now or that quickly we'll have it
Is that-
need
in
more
order
power.
to continue to do this.
Is that like fracking in outer space?
Basically.
I mean, I guess. I mean, have we sent a lawyer to outer space yet?
Oh, there
Probably.
will be.
They're
Space
about
lawyer.
to get there soon.
Space lawyers.
So then, yeah,
lawyers.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
here's
I
my
see a
thought.
lot now. Like with the street bikes, like to me they're equated to like furries because they love to have like the crazy like tails and
Actually,
Oh,
you're
dude,
right.
yeah.
I've seen the helmets
You know what
with
I'm
the
saying?
ears on
Yeah,
it.
bro. Like,
But,
Yeah.
but here's my.
like you said, it's another subculture
Yep,
in there. That
in the motorcycle
You'll
world.
never get them to go to an electric bike,
I
not
was
unless you
gonna
make
say,
it look like a Gixxer or a Ninja.
But even if you
or-
made
Yeah.
it look like it, motor is in the word motorcycle.
One of the coolest parts of a motorcycle is the rev.
The motor.
If I can't rev it
Yeah.
up and I sound cool,
That's-
I definitely don't look cool.
Yeah, that's one of
You
the
know?
reasons why Indian has never like been in my
Wait, you
opinion.
can't
and
rev
I've
it?
heard no, you can rev it, but it just doesn't have the same like
The
nut
throaty-
dragging
yeah, the
sound that a
throaty.
Harley has.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like when you look at like Indians, like they kind of at the time they kind of were beating like Harley in a lot of like specs, but nobody gave two
Craps.
crap about it. You know what I mean? So what it was is that Harley was the brand name, like Apple over whatever other phone on the market, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you didn't have a Harley, you were subhuman.
They were
That's
almost
still
a
kind of
monopoly.
that's still kind of the same today, right?
You would
Harley-
never change it because you can
Harley's
also
Yeah.
yeah, and you can also just customize so much on it. You know what I mean?
And it's like, you know what it reminds me of is Apple. Because like people who use Apple, if you don't have an Apple, they're like,
if you don't have a Harley,
what
you
is
got
that?
Green
you've got
bubble?
green bubbles.
What?
what's that? And
I just-
Harley's like that.
Yeah.
Harley's like, it doesn't matter what it is.
Harley is the blue
They're like,
bubble.
oh.
Yeah.
Everything else is a green
They're like,
bubble.
what do you
Yep.
drive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so are we at the point where a motorcycle can balance by itself?
Yeah. Well, isn't it?
Well, it depends on when you say that because I know that like a lot of like even the Harleys. So I used to do this at the Colorado Springs Harley. I used to get off work because I was in the Army. I'd get off work and I'd go up there because like that's where a lot of like the club dudes like hung out,
yeah.
right? And I was an enforcer with my club, so it was like a way for me to kind of like network,
Sure. Yeah.
right? But then I figured out that like I made good friends with a hang around from the Sons of Silence that was a sales guy up there, and wonderful dude, took care of everybody that he dealt with. But he primarily was known that like if the guy wears a cut, he goes to this guy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
all the other sales guys,
Yeah.
knew better.
Which is a great salesman.
yeah.
He's
So
got
that's
the connection.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's primarily who he dealt with. Well, one of the things that I would do is I'd go up there, and it's so funny because you got me into Konica selling. I used to go up there, and that's how I got new tires. I used to like get people to buy bikes. I used to sell their Harleys without getting paid to sell their Harleys, and they'd give me $100
Just for-
referral card.
It's just for fun.
No, not for fun. I would
Well,
do it
for
to
$100.
No, I would do it to get my tires
Yeah.
every year.
Oh, yeah.
So I would sell 4, 5, 6 bikes off of a referral, right? I basically would do the sale for him, then take them to the sales guy, and he would close it.
You got
Yeah.
a little kickback.
Exactly. I'd get $100 kickback on
Little
every single
kickback.
one, and then it just turned into where it was like, hey, bro, we'll take care of your tires every year. You just keep bringing them to us.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right before I got out, they were like, yo, you want a job here? And I was like, nah, I'm still in, and
All right,
Yeah.
what about instead of 2 wheels, 3 wheels in a row? Is that possible?
like I said, I think you've got to create a new market for it. You're
Yeah.
never gonna.
What? But
If we're
what's
talking
the benefit?
30 years from, well, mostly to look cool.
Spend more money on tires?
Oh, here's a benefit. One of your tires can pop. You can ride on 2.
Not if it's the front or the back one.
Bro,
only if it's the middle
dude
one.
that is
but you
tatted
balance
from
it.
his throat to his
You
toe
balance it.
knuckles isn't gonna care about a tire
What
popping.
about 4 in a
Well,
row?
if you have 3 in a row, it's going to be like
a centicycle.
it's going to be like I'm
centipede.
10 years old again, and I have to tuck my pant into my sock so it doesn't get caught in my bike chain.
Have you
I'm
guys
going to do the same
Have
thing.
you guys seen the
Can't
people?
do that, dude.
Yeah,
You
or
get
like you got to stop wearing shorts like everybody does down here in Florida because you burn your calf on your muffler.
Oh, I
I've
did that
done
many
that
times.
on a quad.
Yeah, I did that many times.
So cars have lane assist these days.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Bikes have the same thing.
Do they? So
They'll actually, in a turn. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to not answer your
No,
question,
this is
but
great. This is
Harleys will
perfect.
do that. Like they have technology on the Harleys then, which is God only knows how it is now. But like if you're leaning and it detects like it's an unsafe lean, or it can register, I can't remember correctly, but it can register something where it'll help you stand the bike back up. Now, conversely, when you're looking at the street bikes, right? Those things want to go straight.
Yeah.
So like when we would whiskey throttle, or like you get what we would call the death wobble, I'd
yeah.
get that after like accidentally popping a wheelie and it'd come down and it'd be like this. They tell you to grab the tank, let go of the handlebars, because the bike
It'll
will
balance
straighten
itself.
itself out and then you can come back to it.
But I
So
think that's a
they do
gyroscope
that.
thing. I
Okay,
think there's
so-
like a gyroscope.
Well, it's more so because like when you look at the Hayabusas, they're elongated frames because they're meant for drag. Right? So by doing that and then at speed, they want to stand up. They want to go straight.
Which makes it. That's why
they
Hayabusas.
hate
Hayabusas are really hard to pop up because they're so long.
right,
If not
because the whole
impossible.
idea is to not pop a wheelie. It's to drag.
Mandy and I's first dog was Busa.
Okay.
Hayabusa. Well, we called him Busa.
Yeah.
Our second dog was Gixxer. GSXR. Our third dog was
Creative.
Ducati.
There you go.
We named all 3 of
Never
our
rode
dogs
a
after
Ducati.
motorcycles.
and they're all dead now.
Either. Yeah, they all died in motorcycle accidents.
Yeah,
No, I'm
so-
just kidding.
So
That's
going
so
back to my
grim, bro. I
dogs-
started
dogs
this
on-
episode by saying I watched my buddy die at a motorcycle.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bad joke.
I know a couple guys too. But that brings me to kind of the point I was making for my question. Isn't the whole point of having a motorcycle like living free and dying hard and doing what I want? And this thing's trying to keep me inside of lanes?
Yeah. Is the lane assist kind of like not
Isn't that like anti a motorcycle?
turn off the lane
No,
assist?
I
Yeah,
wouldn't-
dude, it totally is.
I wouldn't say so. I would much rather my $30,000 Harley Davidson
Nah.
learns
Not
to
crash.
stand up straight
Let's
while
have a
I'm drunk off my right as I'm trying to go home so I can ride my $30,000 motorcycle the next day.
We don't advocate for any of that.
No,
Yeah, we
not
don't.
at all.
All right, that's a wrap, folks.
That's it.
This was great.
See ya.
Where we going with
Shout out White
this?
Feet. Where we going with this?
Where we going with this? Where we going with this? Where we going with this? Where we going with this? Where we going with this? Where we going with this? All talk ain't nothing to show it. Show out what we talk about. Yeah, where we going? Where we going with this?